On Pokemon Day, it was announced that Mega Pokemon are coming back to the TCG. A lot of fans were expecting this announcement because it was revealed that Megas were coming back to the video games with the new Legends ZA title. But since the announcement and the reveal of Mega Gardevoir and Mega Lucario, has the current Mega Card market changed at all? Let's take a look at the current top 10 Mega Cards along with previous Mega Lucario and Mega Gardevoirs and determine where the market is sitting and where it could be headed going forward. So let's start with the Megas. The new Mega Lucario and Mega Gardevoir cards, not quite as flashy as the previous Mega generation, but I can see the potential. I kind of like this new gold title and the black EX logo instead of the typical silver that we have. Some people have said these are a bit of a step back from what we had before. I did like the Japanese titles or the English titles in Japan, revealing like the big attack of that Pokemon. But to anybody hating on these cards, we got to remember we haven't seen the start of it yet. There's going to be full arts, there's going to be special illustration rares, I'd imagine gold variants as well. Artwork has come a long way since the XY gen, and I think there's really good potential with what these new Megas can offer. And same with the Primals. I'm going to combine them both into one topic here. Megas, Primals, same thing in my opinion. So you might see Primal Groudon, Primal Kyogre on this list, just a heads up. But let's start with the Lucarios. There are not too many Lucarios. You had them in Furious Fists, and then you did have a full art come out in a promo box a little bit later in the generation. The regular Mega Lucario is going for about $36 right now on TCG Player. It has seen movement since Pokemon Day. It's gone up about $12. So this one has actually moved. I think that is directly because of the reveals of the Megas coming out and Lucario being one of those. People are going to want to go back and grab the Lucarios. You'll notice one thing, the secret rare Megas are the same thing with a gold border, and the little attack move, the Japanese writing in the artwork is a little bit different. It's kind of like a gold variant. It's more rare. Not too much different though. In this case, it's going for about double at $70. Again, it's gone up about $13 since Pokemon Day. And then my favorite when it comes to the Megas, the full arts. I think they look really good. XY full arts are some of my favorite full art cards they've ever released. And these Megas, like, there's more going on than just a Pokemon on like a patterned background. I think this one's really cool. And again, on Pokemon Day, the graph just started going up. It went from about $40 to what it's at now, $62. Now we would have to assume the same kind of pattern for Gardevoir. Gardevoir was printed more often. It was printed in Steam Siege, Primal Clash, and there was also one in Generations Radiant Collection. So let's start with the oldest Gardevoir, the ultra rare from Primal Clash. This one, not too expensive, about $18 right now. With a lot of these Megas, people are going to be looking for the full arts and the gold secret rare variants. This one doesn't have a secret rare. It does have a full art in this same set, but the regular didn't really see too much movement. It was going for about $15 now, sitting just below 19. The full art from this set, different story. This one spiked up a lot. Right about Pokemon Day, it was going for around $30, maybe a little bit less, now going for $45. So pretty significant price growth on this guy. Again, this one's really cool, but like all these Mega cards, it's very hard to find them in mint condition or even near mint. A lot of them that you're going to find out and about are pretty well played copies. At least that's my experience. Next up, there's a shiny one in Steam Siege. Something great in Steam Siege. Who would have thought? The regular ultra rare, about $16. This one actually hasn't really moved since Pokemon Day. It was at 16, dropped to 15, still at 16. This one might be around a little more. It was printed more than Primal Clash, and it's a little more recent. A lot of people have probably opened Steam Siege where they haven't opened Primal Clash, but personally I like this one a lot more. It's the shiny variant. I'm surprised it's not worth a little bit more. It could still go up though. The full art from this set has gone up consistently over the last 3 months. I don't think Pokemon Day really had anything to do with this price growth. It was $17 in December, now $48. Pretty steady growth pattern. It looks like this one might dip down a little bit, but I'd expect it to go even more in the future. And now my favorite, the best Gardevoir, I think. I grabbed a light played copy of this for maybe $45 not long ago. I really like Gardevoir. Gen 3 is my favorite generation. I think there are a lot of Gardevoir fans out there. And this is a big one. It's got the shiny and the regular. There's two Gardevoirs. It's a black and red background. Like, looks really nice. again from Generations Radiant Collection. And this one spiked up quite a bit. Maybe this is the rarest of the Mega Gardevoirs, or like, I guess it's the one that has the most going on. It's the one I picked out of all of them myself as well, so I'm sure there's a lot of other people that did the same. Going from about 60 bucks, this one is now just below 90. Let's take a quick second to kind of compare the two artworks. We'll go with the Primal Clash Gardevoir. Pretty cool. It's a fairy type, which of course we do not have anymore, so the new ones are going to be psychic. We don't have the M symbol before Gardevoir. It just straight up says Mega Gardevoir now. It's got the black outlined gold font, which I think is pretty cool. The EX logo being a different color is kind of cool as well, with the reverse of the Pokemon's name. The rule box is under the HP instead of under the main image of the card. There's a transparency on the frame so you can kind of see the body of the Pokemon, or at least what's going on in the background through the text there. I like the stars, I like the colors, like it's cool, but definitely a bit of a step back from where they were at with the original Megas. Like if you're looking at the Primal Clash Mega Gardevoir, there's a lot going on in this artwork. Even with the Steam Siege, it's kind of the same. There's like electricity and like swirls and all this stuff coming out. They did a similar effect here with the new one coming out, but a little less going on, that's for sure. We'll look at Lucario. Same sort of deal. I like the colors on the new Lucario more. I don't really like the whole rock explosion Super Saiyan thing going on in the original one, but it's still a good card. Again, I don't think this is the artwork that the Mega is going to shine in. I'm sure we're going to get a special illustration rare that's going to blow everybody away. And before we get too deep into the video, let me know what you think. Do you like the original Megas? Do you like the new Megas? Do you have a preference? Or are you just waiting to see what the max rarity, like what the SIR is going to be, what the full arts are going to look like? Honestly, I'm looking really forward to this next generation of Megas. But anyways, let's hop into the top 10 now. We have Mega Gengar EX from Phantom Forces. This is the secret rare variant. Here you can kind of see the difference. You know, you've got these like all gold letters. It's got a thick outline around the face of it. The gold rule box, the gold border, the gold icon. Really cool card. Of course, this is pretty rare. There is another variant of it that doesn't have all the gold, a little bit cheaper. But this card right now, number 10 on the Mega list, sitting at $95. Of course, we're already into Charizard territory. You've got the Mega Charizard Y secret rare from Flashfire. Of course, in terms of these Mega Charizards, everybody likes the X version more, the dragon type. It's like black with the blue flames. Super cool. A lot of people's favorite modern Charizard card, or is XY considered modern or mid-era? Whatever it is, a lot of people really like that Charizard from that kind of generation, I guess. It's actually down a little bit right now. This one was sitting at about 115 back in November. Today you can pick it up for about 103. And just like I mentioned, Primals, basically the same as Megas. I think they only did Primals for Kyogre and Groudon. I kind of got out of the hobby right when Primal Clash came out, so I didn't really get to experience the whole Primals and the Mega Rayquazas and all the cool stuff that came when I left. I don't have a chart for the Mega Groudon because I can only find a lightly played at the top on TCG Player, but the market value is about $106 for this full art. Really, really cool card. There is a better version of it that came out later in Ancient Origins where they kind of had the shiny variants of these guys, but still $105. Pretty solid card. Next up, back to Charizard territory, but at a later date with XY evolutions. We've got the Mega Charizard Y EX full art. This one's kind of neat. I feel like a lot of people pulled it. It was not really too sought after in evolutions. Everyone wanted that throwback Charizard. They didn't really care about this one all that much, but it is still really, really cool. Better than the regular one. Still not as good as Mega Charizard X, but Mega Charizard Y evolutions full art is sitting at about $115 and has seen pretty steady price growth over the last 3 months. It was as low as $55 back before Christmas, so it's doubled in price in 3 months. Next up, back to Primals, but forward to Ancient Origins. We've got the shiny Primal Kyogre EX full art. What a mouthful. This card is badass. There's a really good color contrast. The shiny Kyogre is so sick with the black and gold and white going on here. You've got the gold border. You've got the blue text for the Mega move. Really sweet. These cards have been booming in popularity as of late, regardless of the announcement of Megas coming back. It's been steadily climbing for over a year. You could have picked it up March last year for about $65, $70, but man, it's just been steadily going. Right now, $125. Number 5, that Charizard I was talking about, Mega Charizard X from Flashfire. This is just the ultra rare. It's not a full art. It's not the secret rare. It's going for $142. Again, I think this is everyone's like favorite Charizard card. I remember opening Flashfire and really wanting to pull this. I didn't open a ton of Flash Fire though. I was a college student. I had other priorities and I had no money. But man, I wish I got to experience pulling this guy. Probably one of my favorite Charizard cards that has ever been printed. And in typical fashion, Charizard cards just growing in value. Last year, 87 bucks. Right now, $144. So it's getting close to being almost double what it was in the last year. The counterpart to Kyogre is here next. Primal Groudon EX, shiny full art from Ancient Origins. Again, really cool. I think the Kyogre is a little bit better. I like all the black and blue going on with the Kyogre, but this one is still really cool. Again, same growth pattern. You could get it for $80 last year, 147 bucks right now. A lot of these top mega cards are just steadily going strong. I could see them all going up to like 200 bucks by the time the actual like new released mega sets come out, which I'm assuming is going to be towards the holiday season of 2025. Top 3, we're starting off with Mega Rayquaza from Roaring Skies. This is the full art version. There are a few Mega Rayquaza cards, but this is like one of the coolest hitters for sure. Not too much movement over the last year though. Last July, it was going for about $177. Today, it's going for about $185. Not too long ago though, this time last year, about 75 bucks. So it's seen some pretty good growth, but has been steady for a while. Rayquaza is a very popular Pokemon, so it's no surprise that it's at the very top of this list. I'm really hoping we get a set with Primal Kyogre and Groudon along with Mega Rayquaza at some point soon. Having an SIR of those 3, especially artworks that kind of like go together, would be really, really cool. Number 2 is the Ancient Origins version of this card, but it is a shiny variant. This is like the big mega card that everyone wants. I feel like it's almost a grail from this generation of cards. It looks really nice in person. The texture on a lot of these cards like seems a little bit deeper. It's not as intricate as it is in today's SIRs or even the alt arts or the Japanese cards. But there's something about these cards, like the texture really catches the light. I don't know if it's like deeper or more aggressive on the card, but honestly, these cards look great in person. This one spiked up recently, going for over $300 about 2 weeks ago. Now sitting at about $289. Still very close to 300, and I'm sure it'll stay or at least return to 300 area sometime soonish. Over the last year, this card was as low as $145, spiked up to $310, and is now $290. Very, very solid growth on this guy. I remember seeing it at like $220 Canadian and being like, damn, I really want that, and not buying it. At the time, I thought it was expensive, but now look at it, like a raw copy here in Canada is going for well over $400. But it is not the most expensive mega card. It may be my favorite, it may be your favorite, but more people want the Charizard X Secret Rare from Flash Fire. The big card, the big Charizard set of the XY generation. This card's going for $460 right now. Again, the exact same artwork as the regular version. It just has the gold border, the gold around that Charizard picture in the top left, the gold rule box, and the gold, like slightly different mega text there in Japanese. I feel like this is a really tough one to find, especially in good condition. Like some people might not know they have this because it looks so similar to the regular one, but man, it's a heavy hitter. Does it deserve this price? I don't know. It might be like way more rare. I haven't ran into too many of these, but I'm also not really looking out for these cards too often or seeing them too often at all. It doesn't seem to sell too often, at least not in near mint condition, but it's been as low as about $308 over the last year. $456 right now. If they've got more Mega Charizards coming next year, this one could very well keep on increasing. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. I know Journey Together is right around the corner. I'm going to have some Journey Together content coming out. I have some packs. Played a pre-release today. Didn't really pull anything good. Playing 2 more tomorrow, so stay tuned to that video where I'll kind of talk about the hits. It seems pull rates are a little bit easier than they have been with the last couple of sets, so that might be a good thing for some collectors, bad thing for others. But regardless of that, I'm looking really forward to the mega sets coming out. Like I said, it seems like in Japan they're going to be getting them around the fall, maybe even sooner, so hopefully we're going to be getting them towards the end of the year. It doesn't really seem like there's a ton of trainers Pokemon related sets coming out. I'd imagine typically they do 4. Looks like they might only be doing like 2 or 3 this year since they have that Gen 5 theme set coming out, mega sets coming out. They'll have a 30th anniversary set coming out. I'm not too sure what else It's going to be very interesting to see where this year goes in terms of the TCG and I guess the video games in general. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know in the comments below what is your favorite card from this list. And if you're still here, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss an upload. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.